try proving it, Fatima. So at first, what we'll do for finding the maxima or minima, we try finding the critical point, right?
Yes.
Okay, that is the basic approach. If that is not working, then we can think about any other, like the how the graph goes and all. So f dash x will be finding is equals to what will be the derivative of the given function?
E raised to x.
E raised to x. And for finding the critical point, we do f dash x is equals to 0, right?
Yes.
That means, do we want to say e to the power x is equals to 0? Yes. Now think
Yes.
about it. Whatever be the power of x, this exponent, the result will never ever be 0, right?
Yes.
Okay, e is just a number lying in between 2 to 3. Any number to the power, whatever number you take, any real number, the result will not be 0, right?
Yes.
Even if any number to the power 0 is also 1, but the result 0 will not be getting. That is not possible. Okay. Hence, the function doesn't contain maxima or minima. We can write getting it.
Yes.
Let's do the next two question, which is exactly like this. The next one is log x. The next one is log x. Like this only we'll be giving the explanation that gx is log x, no? So g dash x will be 1 by x. And 1 by x is equals to 0 doesn't make sense, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's why no maxima and minima, we can say it directly. Now the next one is hx is equals to x cube plus x square plus x plus 1. Let's try finding the critical point. Then we can apply the first derivative test or the second derivative test. Let's try finding the critical point, that is h dash x. It will be 3x square plus 2x plus 1, right, Fatima?
Yes.
Please find the critical point now.
It's no real roots.
No real root. That means there is no any x value where for any real number. Maxima or minima doesn't exist, right?
Yes.
Okay, so these are the explanation, and this much is enough to say that maxima or minima doesn't exist. If critical point doesn't exist, then how can we say the maxima or minima? Okay,
Yes.
let's move. Now we'll be finding the instruction is like this. Find the absolute. On day one, we were discussing what is the difference between absolute maxima, absolute minima, and local maxima, local minima. So here, basically, we have to find absolute maximum value and the absolute minimum value. Of the following function. Okay. Here, f of x is equals to x cube, and we have to check the absolute maximum or absolute minimum in this interval. Okay, in this -2 to 2. Let's think about it, Fatima. So absolute maximum or absolute minimum means, like, throughout this interval, throughout this range -2 to 2. This function where exactly it is max and where exactly it is minimum, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so the process we follow for finding the maxima minima by first finding the critical point, and for local maxima minima we use the first derivative test, or maybe we use the second derivative test, whatever is possible, whatever is easier. Now for absolute maxima minima there is a process. We will say that first let's check whether the critical point we are able to find or not. Okay, whether it is
Yes.
possible to find the critical point or not. That means critical point is such a point where the function goes from decreasing to increasing or increasing to decreasing, and then we can think about max, the turning point, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so first for finding the absolute maxima or absolute minima, first we need to find the critical point. So f dash x will be 3x square, and if I will ask you what is the critical point, Fatima?
Plus minus root 2. Okay.
Root 2.
Uh,
If you will be taking f dash x is equals to 0, what are you
X
getting as
is 0.
can you please repeat?
X is equal to 0.
X is equals to 0 we are getting, because 3x square is equals to 0 means x is 0. Okay, so x is 0 is the critical point in this range, in this interval -2 to 2. We are getting a critical point, that is 0. Now since we have to check absolute maxima or absolute minima, what we will do, we will be finding the value of the function at -2, the extreme end of our interval at -2. We will be finding the value of the function at our critical point also, and we will be finding the value of the function at other extreme end, and on the basis of these value we will be declaring whether we are having maxima or minima. Getting it? Absolute maxima, absolute minima. Whenever we have to find, what we will think, that let's find the critical point first. The chances
Yes.
are at critical point the function will be having the minimum or the maximum. That is the chance. Or the chances are at this extreme end the function will be having maxima or minima. Are you getting my point?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, why we are doing so, let me tell you why we are doing so. Because think about it, the graph can move like this, like this. Okay, the functions graph can be like this, or maybe whatever way we are having the graph. Okay, think about it, either it will be least at the at this the point from where it is started. Okay, that will be the minimum, or that can be the maximum, or it can be maximum or minimum at that point where the function is changing is its nature, it is going from increasing to decreasing. That means the critical point, right?
Yes.
So since it is a function, we don't have to worry about all the other point, because it must be the smooth function we'll be having. We just have to check the extreme edges and the point where the graph is changing its nature. That means the critical point. Getting it, Fatima?
Yes.
Okay. So please find the value, this f of -2, f of 0, f of 2.
It's minus 8, 0, and 8.
Yes, just a second. Just a moment. Okay. Yeah, what you got, Fatima? Okay, x cube was just here, so you must have done the cube. So it is,
Minus
am I
8,
audible?
0 and 8. Yes,
Can you hear me? Yes, minus 8, 0, and
yes.
8. So in between these three values, which one is the maximum and which one is the minimum?
Minus 8 is the minimum, 8 is the
Yes,
maximum.
8 is the maximum. So absolute maximum and absolute minimum we have found over here. Okay. This one is the absolute max in this interval only. Okay. We are talking about minus 2 to 2, close interval. Okay. That's why we have taken minus 2 also. And that's why we have taken 2 also. If open interval will be there, then we cannot take. Are you getting my point? Getting it, Fatima? Is it clear so far?
Yes,
Let's move and let's do the other questions, which will be exactly like this. We don't have to apply any method over here. Directly, we just have to find the critical point. So if we are having f of x is equals to sin x plus cos x, and here the interval is mentioned as in this interval from 0 to pi, we have to check what is that point where the function is the max and what is that point where the function is minimum. Okay, tell me. First, we'll try finding the critical point, that is f dash x. It will be sin x will be cos x and cos x will be minus sin x, right, Fatima?
yes.
Find the critical point. F dash x is equals to 0 implies x equals to,
Sin x by
yes, tan x.
cos x. Yes,
So angle you are getting in between 0 to pi, which angle you are getting?
pi by 4.
Pi by 4. Any other angle? Because from 0 to 180 degree, we have to think about it. Any other angle?
And
You must have
now,
got from here. Yeah. Only pi by 4? Yes.
yes,
Yes. Okay. Because if we will think about the other possibility, we will exceed 180 degree, right? We will jump, we will go in the third quadrant, which we don't want to do, right?
yes,
Okay. So this one is the critical point. For finding absolute maximum, absolute minimum, we have to check the function's value at extreme point according to our interval and at the critical point. And then we will declare which one is absolute maxima, which one is absolute minima. Right, Fatima?
yes,
Okay. So you will be able to do after this one, right?
yes, ma'am.
Let's do the next one. Suppose we are having f of x is equals to 4x minus 1 by 2x square. X belongs to this interval minus 2 to 9 by 2. Yes, what is absolute maxima? What is absolute minimum?
F dash x equals 4 minus x.
F dash x is equals to 4 minus, yeah, 2x. It will be just x. And if we'll be taking is equals to 0, we'll be getting x equals to 4, right?
Yes.
So this is very simple. I'm leaving it. Okay, Fatima?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And the last one also I can see you will be able to do. Let me pick the question which we can discuss over here. Suppose the question is like this. It is given that at x equals to 1, okay, let me remove this screen. The function x to the power 4 minus 62x square plus ax plus 9 attains its maximum value on the interval 0 to 2. Find the value of a. Let's do it now. Here the question says that it is given that at x equals to 1, okay, the given function, this is the function, attain its maximum value, okay, in this interval. Find the value of a. What can be done over here, Fatima?
We
If,
find f dash x.
yes, we'll be finding f dash x because when we are talking about maxima and minima, at least we must have the critical point. Okay, so critical point means f dash x, f dash x, x to the power 4 will become 4x cube. That means 62 into 2, it will be this. Is it 124x plus a? Is it so, Fatima?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now here it is given that at x equals to 1, the function is attaining. Okay, at x equals to 1, the function is attaining the maxima or minima value. So, maximum value. What to do after this one?
We put f dash x equal to 0.
Yes, then can we say that if the function is attaining the maxima at 1, okay, maximum value at 1, then 1 must be the critical point. Can we say that?
Yes.
We can say that, okay, if the function is attaining the maximum value at 1, okay, here it's not written absolute maximum, absolute minima, just the maximum written. Whenever this terminology will be there, maxima, minima, we'll be thinking about it as a local maxima, local minima, okay. So whatever maximum value is there at 1, so 1 must be the critical point, right, Fatima?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, if 1 is the critical point, that means in this f dash x, if we will substitute 1 at the place of x, our output, the completely it will become 0, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so from here we are getting the idea that we can say f dash 1 will be 0. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Any confusion, Fatima?
No, no.
Okay, we are getting the idea 1 must be the critical point. If 1 must be the critical point, then f dash 1 must be 0. And if we will substitute 1 at the place of x over here and we will compare it with 0, what are we going to get? Can you tell me, Fatima? Please tell me.
4 minus 124 plus a equals 0. So a is equal to 120.
4 minus 124 plus a is equals to 0. So we are getting a value from here, right?
Yes.
Okay, let's proceed. The next question. Let me check which one we can discuss over here. Okay, we can discuss this question over here. Find the maximum and minimum value of x plus sine 2x on 0 to 2 pi. Okay, in this interval, what is that highest? What is that least? See, and is there. Maximum and minimum. That means both we have to find. That means, is it indicating about finding the absolute max and absolute min? In this interval, yes, it is. Okay, both. If the question will be from local maximum, local minima, it will say that's just go ahead and check it whether max or minimum. If exist, then find, right?
Yes.
Okay, so if maxima exist, then find it. If minima exist, then find it. And we have solved such question where we were not having minima, we were only having maxima, or we were only having minima, or we were not having anything, no max, no minimum, right?
Yes.
So those are the question where it will say that check it whether maxima or minima. If exist, then find it. Then definitely it is talking about local maxima, local minima. And then it says that find the maximum value and minimum value also. That means there is only one way to find both the value, and that is the absolute maxima and absolute minima. Right, Fatima?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So let's go ahead and try finding it. So now only we have done the discussion, and it's very simple. We just carefully we have to find the critical point, and then we have to check the function's value at each and every critical point, and we will be getting the absolute maxima and absolute minima, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so here what's the like this question is very simple. This question is very simple. We are having f of x is equals to x plus sine x. Why we are doing this one? Now only we have been done 2 3 question from absolute maximum minima. Let me tell you, this is important. Okay, so here we are having sine 2x. Let's try finding f dash x, Fatima. What we'll be having as a f dash x?
1 plus cos 2x.
Yes, just cos 2x, only cos 2x, Fatima.
2 cos 2x.
Multiplied 2, right?
Yes.
Okay, and when we'll be doing f dash x is equals to 0, then what we will be getting, Fatima?
Cos 2x equals minus 1 by 2.
Yes, cos 2x is equals to minus 1 by 2, and which angle gives cos 1 by 2? First 1 by 2. Quadrant will be, can you tell me the possible value? Which, first tell me which angle gives 1 by 2 for cos?
Pi by 6.
It
Pi
is
by 3.
it is pi by 3. Okay, it is pi by 3, but we are having the negative. That means maybe the second quadrant or maybe the third quadrant, right? Right, Fatima?
Yes.
Okay, so we will be taking cos pi plus pi by 3. Okay, that will compare with to cos 2x, and we'll be getting we will be getting, be careful, we will be getting 2x is equals to 4 pi by 3, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so please be careful while solving it. Please don't take as a x equals to. Okay, it is 2x is equals to. And the other scenario, now only you said to me that it will be pi minus pi by 3 also. That means cos 2x is equals to cos pi minus pi by 3, right, Fatima?
Yes,
Okay, so we can say that 2x is equals to, 2x is equals to what?
2 pi by 3.
2 pi by 3. So from here we are getting, from the first scenario we are getting x equals to 2 pi by 3. Okay, 2 just cancelling out.
Yes,
And from the other scenario we are getting x equals to what we are getting? Pi by 3,
pi
right,
by 3.
Fatima? And it is
Yes, ma'am.
completely perfect. Okay, whatever we have found, keeping in mind 2x was there, carefully we did everything. Now what was the interval? The interval was 0 to 2 pi. For x the interval was 0 to 2 pi. Okay, in this 0 to 2 pi we found one of the value as a pi by 3 and another we found 2 pi by 3. Are we done? No. Now we will not start checking. Now we will not start checking at the end point and at the critical point. We have found the critical point, but we have not found all the critical point. Think about it, Fatima. That 0 to 2 pi means हमारे पास क्या रेंज था? हमारे पास जो रेंज है वो 0 to 2 pi है, जिसका मतलब है 0 to 360. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
इसके बीच में हमने दो ऑलरेडी फाइंड कर लिया एंगल्स. हमारा ये जो पाई बाई 3 एंगल है इसका मतलब है 60 डिग्री, एंड जो 2 पाई बाई 3 एंगल है इसका मतलब है 120 डिग्री. राइट फातिमा?
Yes, ma'am.
नाउ हम क्या ये कहने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं कि अब हमारे पास और कोई ऐसा एंगल नहीं है, और कोई ऐसा एंगल नहीं है जो कि ये 0 से 360 के बीच में लाई करेगा और कॉस का वैल्यू -1/2 जनरेट करेगा. ऐसा नहीं है, और भी ऐसे वैल्यूज है. लेट्स सी दैट. ओके, बट अभी अभी हमने रियलाइज किया कि कॉस तो नेगेटिव सिर्फ सेकेंड और थर्ड क्वाड्रेंट में ही होता है, और हमने दोनों ही केसेस ले लिए थे. राइट फातिमा?
Yes, ma'am.
वो एक्स का रेंज था. ओके, ध्यान से देखो, अगर हम एक बार घूम के यहाँ तक आ गए, ठीक है, और एक
Yes,
बार हम घूमने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, और एक बार हम जा रहे हैं सेकेंड क्वाड्रेंट में. ओके,
yes,
सेकेंड क्वाड्रेंट का मतलब होता है पाई माइनस समथिंग, क्योंकि हम एक बार सर्कल बना के पूरा आ रहे हैं तो हमारे पास ऑलरेडी 2 पाई है. 2 पाई प्लस पाई माइनस वॉट एवर, राइट?
yes, ma'am.
ओके, दैट मीन्स क्या हम ये कहने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं कि 3 पाई माइनस पाई बाई 3, ये एंगल.
Yes,
यस, लेट्स ट्राई फाइंडिंग इट. 3 पाई माइनस पाई बाई 3 क्या है, पहले देखते हैं. ठीक है, 3 पाई माइनस पाई बाई 3 क्या होगा? 8 पाई बाई 3 फातिमा, राइट?
yes, ma'am.
क्यों ले रहे हैं हम ये एंगल? हमारे पास तो 0 to 2 पाई रेंज दिया हुआ है. हम इसलिए ले रहे हैं क्योंकि हमारे लेफ्ट हैंड साइड में cos 2x है, और ये 2 अभी भी डिवाइड करेगा तो हमें क्या मिल जाएगा? x का वैल्यू और एक एंगल हमें मिलेगा अभी, जो कि है 4 पाई बाई 3, और जिसका मतलब होता है 240 डिग्री. ये जो एंगल है ये 360 से अभी भी छोटा है, हाँ या ना?
Yes, ma'am.
क्योंकि हमारे पास 2x ये एंगल था, इसकी वजह से हमें ये एक्स्ट्रा स्टेप्स लेने पड़ रहे हैं. एम आई मेकिंग
Yes,
सेंस?
yes, ma'am.
ओके, तो फिर क्या हम फिर से फोर्थ क्वाड्रेंट में जाएं? हाँ, हम फिर से एक बार फोर्थ क्वाड्रेंट में जाएंगे और हम चेक करेंगे कि जो हम एंगल फाइंड कर रहे हैं वो 360 से बड़ा है या छोटा है. अगर बड़ा हुआ तो हम छोड़ देंगे, और अगर छोटा हुआ तो हम उसे ले लेंगे. गेटिंग इट?
Yes, ma'am.
तो क्या हम ये कहने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं कि 2 पाई तो हमने एक बार कर लिया पूरा सर्कल, और उसके बाद हम फिर जा रहे पाई प्लस समथिंग. 2 पाई तो ऑलरेडी हमने कर रखा है, एक रिवोल्यूशन, और पाई प्लस समथिंग, पाई प्लस पाई बाई 3, ये एंगल हम लेने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं. हाँ, मैं यही कह रही हूँ कि ये एंगल हम लेने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं. दैट मीन्स 3 पाई प्लस पाई बाई 3, जो कि क्लियरली हमें पता है कि थर्ड क्वाड्रेंट में ही लाई करेगा, और ये एंगल -1/2 ही जनरेट करेगा, ये भी हमें पता है. ओके, नाउ हियर वी आर हैविंग cos
Yes.
2x and here we'll be having cos 10 pi/3. Is it making sense to you, Fatima?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so 2x is equals to 10 pi/3. हाँ, that means x is equals to 5 pi/3. Yes, 5 pi/3 360 से छोटा है या बड़ा है? Is it smaller than 360 or bigger than 360, Fatima?
It's smaller.
It's smaller. This means 350 degrees. So we need to take this x also. Getting it?
Yes, ma'am.
So pi/3 to pi/3 is fine. We also have 4 pi/3 and we also have 5 pi/3. So far, any confusion?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So please be careful and take a pause. Take a pause when your angle is different. When instead of sin x cos x, you are having sin 2x. You are having cos 2x. You are having sin 3x cos 3x. You need to check very carefully, because we need to take x from in between 0 to 2 pi. Okay, so we have taken all the possibility. Now we will be finding the function's value at this extreme end, 0 also, 2 pi also, at pi/3 also, at 2 pi/3 also, at 4 pi/3 also, at 5 pi/3 also. Quickly we'll be doing it. Let's do it. And here also you can understand, Fatima, that we have to do a little bit of simplification while finding the function's value and while checking which one is generating the least and which one is generating the max, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so what was the function? The function was x plus sine 2x. F of 0, please find it, Fatima. The function f of x I am writing over here, it was x plus sine 2x. We also have to find f of pi/3. We also have to find f of 2 pi/3. Okay. We also have to find f of 4 pi/3. We also have to find f of 5 pi/3. And we also have to find f of 2 pi.
F of 0 will be 0.
0. Okay. F of pi/3 will be pi/3 plus sine
5/3 plus
2
root
pi/3.
3/2.
Yes. Pi/3 plus root 3/2 plus pi minus pi/3. Yeah. Yes. Next.
2 pi/3 plus sine 2 into 2 pi/3.
Sine 4 pi/3. That means that means what you said. Can you please repeat, Fatima?
Oh, ma'am, I didn't say anything.
Okay, I thought you told already. Okay, please do it. Is it minus root 3/2?
Yes.
Any confusion, Fatima?
No, no.
Let's do the next one. 4 pi/3 plus sine 4 pi/3. Sine 4 2 times 8 pi/3. Okay. 8 pi/3 can be written as the way we made it. Okay. can be written as 3 pi plus minus 3 pi minus pi by 3, right, Fatima?
Yes.
Which means 3 pi is nothing but just it's a pi plus pi minus pi by 3. So here also we will be having positive only. Are you getting it?
Yes.
Any confusion, Fatima?
No, no.
Okay. Next one. You can understand we'll be getting negative over here. Are you getting the idea?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. We can write directly also 5 pi by 3 minus root 3 by 2, right?
Yes.
And what about this f of 2 pi?
2 pi plus 0.
Perfect. So just 2 pi. Now, among these all the values, which one is the highest and which one is the least? So least, we can see that 0, we are having the least, right?
Yes.
Okay. Because this one will generate positive answer. This one will generate positive answer. What about the subtraction? So subtraction means what? Root 3 by 2 is very, very small number. Think about it, Fatima. Okay, root 3 by 2 means 1.7 and all. It is just root 3 by 2 when you will be doing. You will be getting 0.8. If you will be subtracting 0.8 from this 2 pi by 3, what is the meaning of 2 pi by 3? So suppose pi is 22 by 7, okay, or 3.14
Yes.
by 3 we are having, okay. So 6.14 or not 14, it will be 8 and it will be 2. Okay, 4 2 times 8, yeah, 6.28 by 3. So can you see 2 point something we are getting and it's still it is positive?
Yes.
Can you see? Just you need to get the idea. The calculation elaborately you don't have to do. Just you need to know whether it is bigger than 0, smaller than 0. That will work. Okay. Now the other one, 5 pi by 3 is what? Because root 3 by 2 we know. What about 5 pi by 3? So here instead of 2 I am writing 5. Okay. 5 4
Yes.
times 3 0 carry 2, 5 1 times 5 6 7, 5 3 times 15 1 2, so 15 point something by 3 3 5 5 point whatever minus 0.8, very minute number we are having. So it's still it will be bigger than 0, right?
Yes.
Okay, so yes, we understood that the least is 0, right? Minimum value is 0. Any confusion so far, Fatima?
No, no.
Now, what is the maximum? Can you tell me what is the maximum?
2 pi.
2 pi, okay? Because 2 pi is the maximum over here from 0 to 2 pi. In between all we are lying in between that only. But we also have very clear idea that root 3 by 2, that is not a huge number. That is very small number. So that is not making any difference added with pi by 3 or maybe added with 4 pi by 3, right?
Yes.
Okay, so that's why this one is the maximum. Is it crystal clear to you, the whole concept, Fatima?
Yes.
Let's move. Now we will start solving this type of question where the question will be the word problem. I'm taking the like very simple one so that you can get the idea and then we can apply the same logic in all the question. So the question will be like this: find two numbers whose sum is 24 and whose product is as large as possible. As large as possible means the maximum we need to find. Right, Fatima?
Yes, ma'am.
Maximum we need to find, but here we don't know the function. Here we don't know the function. So do we have to create the function? Yes, we do have to create the function by using the conditions. Okay, and it is really simple. So what we will be doing, find two numbers whose sum is 24, two numbers whose sum is 24. Let's say x plus y is equals to 24. We can take this assumption, right, Fatima?
Yes, ma'am.
And the product is as large as possible. So what we need to maximize? The product function. The product function we need to maximize. The product function, you can call it px or whatever, maximize. Product means x into y. This p we need to maximize. The way we used to maximize the f of x, right? By finding f dash x and then by finding the critical point, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So we need to maximize this product. Product x into y. Now the first equation which you have created, okay? From there we can take either x or y and we can substitute it over here. So let's take y is nothing but 24 minus x, right, Fatima?
Yes, ma'am.
That we will write over here at the place of y, 24 minus x. And can you see we have successfully created a product function.
Yes, ma'am.
Now we will focus on maximizing this. Okay. For maximizing the product function, what is that value where this is maximum? For maximizing this product function, at first we have to find p dash x, right?
Yes,
Let's find it. Let's open it. It will be 24x minus x squared. So p dash x will be,
24 minus 2x.
okay. Now we will try finding the critical point. Please find the critical point, Fatima.
X equals 12.
12, right?
Yes, ma'am.
This is the critical point. Okay. Now we will, we can use the first derivative test or we can use the second derivative test. Nothing. So basically we just have only option to check at least the relative maxima minima or the local maxima minima, right?
Yes,
Okay, so let's check it. Let's check it. So we will be, we can use the first derivative test from infinity and all we can use, or we can use the second derivative test also, which will be simpler, right? Because this,
yes, ma'am.
see the differentiation, it is that simple. So doing it one more time will again be more simple, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And the result will be, will it be minus 2 just?
Yes, ma'am.
And when you will be taking x equals to 12, p double dash x, when x equals to 12 at critical point, still it is negative, which is already maximum, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so this product function is already, we can see it is getting the maximum. Okay, we can say that at x equals to 12 it is getting the maximum, or already it is the maximum. Okay, what is that particular x and y value? So we can say the critical point which we have found already, x equals to 12, and y, we can say y will be, from here we can take out y also, that is also 12. I think 12, yeah, 12, right, Fatima?
Yes,
So you are getting the idea. When the function is not given, a word problem or story is given. With the help of the story, we have to create the function. We have to keep in mind, we have to read the story very carefully and we have to see what exactly we need to maximize. That only we will try creating as a function, and other condition we will use as a condition only. The information which will be in our hand, which we will be using while creating the function. Am I making sense?
yes, ma'am.
Okay, so this is how we'll be solving. Let's do few more questions. Just give me a moment. Let me take a question which we can discuss over here. Okay, this one. A square piece of tin, piece of tin of side 18 centimeter, okay, is to be made into a box without top by cutting a square from each corner and folding up the flaps to form the box. What should be the side of the square to be cut off so that volume of the box is maximum. What we need to maximize? The volume function. Okay.
Yes.
Volume is possible. So what we need to create, the function is not given over here, which we need to maximize. The volume function we will be creating and we will be maximizing. Okay. The way we have seen in the previous scenario, automatically we were getting such a scenario where it was maximum. So maybe here also we'll be getting automatically such a scenario. But at first the main thing is to create the function with this much of a story. So let's read the story carefully. And what does it says? It says that a square piece of tin, a square piece of tin, okay, side 18 centimeter, 18, 18, 18, and 18 is to be made, okay, is to be made into a box. This square piece of tin, it is a two-dimensional shape. Okay, a sheet only we are having, a tin's sheet. Okay, and we are
Yes.
creating, we are trying to make a box out of it. Okay, such a box which without top, a box we want to create with a paper, with a sheet, with a tin sheet. Okay, where the top part will not be there, the top part of the box will be open. By cutting a square from each corner, what we are doing, we are cutting a square from each corner and then we are folding it. Is it making sense to you? You are having a paper, okay, you are cutting a square from the each of the end like this. You are having a square and you are cutting from here, maybe from here a square shape you are cutting. Okay, maybe by maintaining x and x as a thickness. Okay, here also a square shape you are cutting. Here also a square shape you are cutting. And here also a square shape you are cutting. Are you getting it, Fatima?
Yes, sir. Yes.
And once you are done with cutting, what you will do, the cutted portion, like this much portion, this much portion, you will just make it like this, a box type of a structure. Getting it?
Yes, sir.
So basically our base will remain only this much. Are you able to understand that this much will be the base only
Yes, sir.
of our box? The base will be only this much. I'm drawing the box over here and I'm just highlighting the base so that you will get it. A cube shaped box we are making, and the base is this one. The blue color base is this one, and the top, like from the above it is open. Getting it, Fatima?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we can understand if we have maintained, if we have used this square like this, and the square was already having 18, 18. So we can see we are cutting from here and x from here. So the remaining this base will become 18 minus 2x. Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, and the same with the other sides also. It will just remain 18 minus 2x. Here also it will remain 18 minus 2x. Here also it will remain 18 minus 2x. So it's a square having side 18 minus 2x. Yes. Okay. 18 minus
Yes,
2x.
ma'am.
What about the height? So the cutout portion will go and will become the height. So what will be the height?